Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum. How are you dears? All are fine? Okay, today we are going to discuss our new chapter, which is the name of our chapter, Bibin Chowdhury's Lapse of Memory. What is Bibin Chowdhury's Lapse of Memory? Hope you listen. Bibin Chowdhury's Lapse of Bibin Chowdhury's Lapse of Memory. Okay, all of you listen. It's our new chapter, fourth chapter, Bibin Chowdhury's Lapse of Memory. Okay, what happened her memory? What happened his memory? That is the topic. All of you listen. Before you read, we have so many questions to answer. Okay, then I think we all think that we have a good memory. Am I right? Do you think like that? We have a good memory? Yes. Do you have a good memory? Has your memory ever played any tricks on you? Then forgetfulness often puts you in a tight spot. But forgetting a part of your life completely may drive you crazy. Just think about that. If you forget a part of your life, a past part of your life, what is our situation? Surely we will crazy, right? Then it's really crazy. And in this story, Baby Babu goes nearly crazy because he cannot recollect his stay at ranch. He cannot recollect his stay at Ranchi. He couldn't recollect. Then he has never been to Ranchi. Actually, he has never been to Ranchi. His memory is like that. But he insists, though there are many witnesses to the contrary. That means so many persons indulge or insisting into think because there are so many witnesses. Yes, you are there at that time in Ranchi and so many persons are saying like that. Then he just compelled to think again and again his stay at Ranchi. What is the suspense all about? Okay, surely it's a thriller, it's a suspense. Surely all of you read with me. Then what which are the things I told you that it's our new chapter, Bibin Chowdhury's Lapse of Memory. All of them insisting him to think about his stay in Ranchi. But actually he forgot everything about Ranchi, staying of Ranchi at all. He couldn't recall anything about his Ranchi visit. Ranchi is the name of place, right? Every Monday on his way back from work, Bibin Chowdhury would drop in at Kali Charan's in New Market to buy books. Crime stories, ghost stories and thrillers. He had to buy at least 5 at a time to last him through the week. He lived alone, was not a good mixer. That means he liked to sit alone, good mixer. Had few friends and didn't like to spending time in idle chat. He didn't like. Today at Kali Charan's, Baby Babu had the feeling that someone was observing him from the close quarters. That means some person looking him close quarters means a person is looking him a long time. Okay. He turned round and round, found himself looking at a round-faced, meek-looking man who now broke into smile. Then that person just broke a smile to him. Okay. Then all of you read that paragraph firstly. Every Monday on his way back from work, Baby Chowdhury would drop at Kali Charan's New Market to buy books. Okay, every Sunday. Okay, then read. Okay, completed. Then, I don't suppose you recognize me. Have we met before? Asked Bob. Then that person, stranger, told him, I don't suppose you recognize me. Have we met before? Asked Bibin Babu. The man looked greatly surprised. We met every day for whole week. We met. I arranged for a car to take you to the Hundro Falls. Okay. And in 1958 in Ranchi, my name is Perumal Ghosh. You forget everything. Oh, then I arranged for a car to take you to the Hundro Falls in 1958. Then my name is Perumal Ghosh. Ranchi. Then again Bibin Babu recollected. Ranchi. Now Bibin Babu realized that it was not, but this man who was making a mistake. Maybe he misunderstood me. That means he think that I am his friend. Making a mistake. Bibin Babu had never been to Ranchi. He never went to Ranchi. He had been at the point of going several times but never made it. He decided, he tried to go but he never go. And he smiled and said, do you know who I am? The man raised his eyebrows, bit his tongue and said, Do I know you? Who doesn't know? Bibin Chaudhary? Bibin Babu now turned towards the bookshelves and said, still you are making a mistake. One often does. I have never been to Ranchi. Misunderstanding. Okay. The man now laughed aloud. What are you saying, Mr. Chaudhary? You had a fall in your jaw and cut your right knee. That means there is a wound in your right knee because you are just fall. And I brought you iodine. Then I had fixed up a car for you to go to Nedar Hut next day. Do you remember everything? Do you forget that? What is I had fixed up? I arranged a car for you to go Nedar Hut and the next day. But you couldn't because of the pain in the knee. Because you couldn't because of the pain. Arranged a car for you to Nedar Hut. Do you forget everything? Do you remember? You can't recollect anything? But you couldn't because of pain in the knee. Because of pain. Can you recall anything? Someone else you know was also in Ranchi at that time. Because someone also, that means others also know, some person also there. And Mr. Dinesh Mukherjee. Do you know Mr. Dinesh Mukherjee who stayed in a bungalow? You stayed in a bungalow. You said you didn't like hotel food and would prefer to have your meals cooked by Bawarchi, that means cooker. Okay. Then Bawarchi, then talking. He gave more incidents from proving he had been there in Ranchi. But Bibin Chaudhary can't recollect anything. Here, who is that? What is Perumal Ghosh giving so many incidents? Incidents explain. Okay. Then Mrs. Mukherjee stayed with his sister. You had a big argument about the moon landing. Remember? Then I will tell you more. You always carried a bag with your books in it, your sightseeing trips. And am I right or not? Then he gives so many incidents for proving he had been there in Ranchi. Who had been there? Bibin Chaudhary been there in Ranchi. Bibin Chaudhary Ranchi incidents. Perumal Ghosh. Bibin Babu spoke quietly, his eyes still on the books. Which month in 58 are you talking about? The man said, October. No, sir, said Bibin Babu. I spent puja in 58 with a friend in Kanpur. You will make me a mistake. Good day. Okay. Oh no, puja. Okay, that with making a mistake, I spent puja there in Kanpur with my friends. Okay, anyway, good day. He's trying to go. He's trying to leave that place. But the man didn't go, nor did he stop talking. Very strange. One evening I had tea with you in a veranda of your bungalow and you spoke about your family. You said said you had no children and that you had lost your wife 10 years ago and your only brother had died insane. Insane means lunatic mad, okay, mad, which is why you didn't want to visit the mental hospital in Ranchi. Okay, another incidents. Prove ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് പിന്നെ പറയുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങൾ എന്തൊക്കെയാ? One evening I had tea with you in a veranda of your bungalow and you spoke about your family. You said you had no children and that you can lost your wife 10 years ago and your only brother had died insane and which is why that's why you didn't like to visit mental hospital in Ranchi. When Bibin Babu had paid for the books and was leaving the shop, the man was still looking at him in utter disbelief. Okay, when he paid the money at that time also that person is looking at him at utter disbelief. Then because he was standing in his own proofs, his own incidents, his own proofs. Who here Perumal Ghosh didn't try to allow him to leave that place because he was in that stand. Why did the man stare at Bibin Babu in disbelief? Why that man? Why that man give me? Because nothing. Give me answer. The man wasn't. Why did the man stare at Bibin Babu in disbelief? Then the sole purpose was to convince Bibin Babu that he had lost the memory and to do okay. Because he was stand his own proofs. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ evidence stand ചെയ്യാനാരെ? The man, okay, Perumal Ghosh. What did Bibin Babu say he went in October 58? What? Yes, he gone to Kanpur. He had gone to Kanpur. Mention any 3 or things Perumal Ghosh knew about Bibin Babu. 3 things. Okay, which are the things? Wife died long ago and 10 years ago and brother died in the paragraph. 3 or more things you want to write for that answer. Okay. Then Bibin Babu's car was safely parked in Beckham Street by the Lighthouse Cinema. He told the driver as he got into the car, just drive by the Ganga. Will you see the? Then driving up the Strand Road, Bibin Babu regretted having paid so much attention to the intruder. That means uninvited visitor. എപ്പോഴും എന്താണ് ബിബിൻ ബാബു ഒരിക്കലും ചിന്തിക്കുന്നില്ല താൻ അവിടെ പോയിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ റാഞ്ചിയിൽ പോയിട്ടുണ്ടെന്നുള്ള ഒരിക്കലും ചിന്തിക്കുന്നില്ല. എപ്പോഴും എന്തിനാ വെറുതെ മൈ ടൈം അല്ലേ? ഹാവിങ് പെയ്ഡ് സോ മച്ച് അറ്റൻഷൻ ടു ദ ഇൻട്രൂഡർ. അൺഇൻവൈറ്റഡ് വിസിറ്റർക്ക് എന്തിനാണ് ഞാൻ അത്ര സമയം കൊടുത്ത് വെറുതെ സംസാരിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക. He had never been to Ranchi, no question about it. സ്വന്തമായിട്ട് എന്താണ് he just tried to console himself. എന്താണ് ഞാൻ ഒരിക്കലും അവിടെ പോയിട്ടില്ല. It was inconceivable, that means unthinkable that he should forget such an incident which took place only 6 or 7 years ago. And he had an excellent memory. He think that he had this. If it is like that, surely he can remember everything. Okay, then it was inconceivable that he would forget such an incident. Unthinkable, that means he believed in his own memory. Okay, that's why he said that he had an excellent memory unless Bibin Babu's head reeled. Okay, unless his Bibin Babu head reeled means he was shocked and confused. Even though he was trying to justify himself, what happened to him? He just again and again think about his own what? His own justification. No, I am not there like that. Then all of you move over next. Was he losing his mind? But how could that be? He was working daily in his office. Then he just think about that. Was he losing his mind? But how could that be? He was working daily in his office. Okay, all of you listen. Then it was a big firm. Then he again think about himself. Was it losing of my memory? Big firm, and he was doing a responsible job. He wasn't aware of anything ever going seriously wrong. Only today he spoke for half an hour at an important meeting and it. And yet the man knew a great deal about him. How? He even seemed to know some intimate details. The bag of books, everything. Okay, again and again he was thinking about. Was he losing his mind? That is the first question. Last thing is, was he losing his mind? But how could it be? That he was working daily in his office. Or Bipin Chowdhury. Okay, then it was a big firm and he was doing a responsible job. Then what happened to him? And yet the man knew a great deal about him. How? He even seemed to know some intimate details. The bag of books, wife's death, brother's insanity, and the only mistake was about his having gone to Ranchi. That is right. Okay. And the only mistake was about his having gone to Ranchi. Not a mistake, a deliberate lie. Then he said that that is not a mistake, it's a lie. In 58 during the pujas, he was in Kanpur at his friend Haridas Bakshi's place. All Bipin Babu had to do was write to no. There was no way writing to Haridas. Bipin Babu. Then he think that all Bipin Babu had to do was write to no. There was no way to write to Haridas. Okay. Then Bipin Babu suddenly remembered that Haridas had left with his wife for Japan some weeks ago and didn't have his address. Okay. If Haridas oh, Haridas then he left with his wife for Japan. Okay. ഇപ്പോൾ എന്തായി ചിന്തിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങി എൻ്റെ മെമ്മറിയിലുള്ള പ്രശ്നമാണെന്നുള്ളത് ചിന്തിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങി ബിപിൻ ബാബു. But where was the need for proof? എന്തിനൊരു പ്രൂഫിൻ്റെ ആവശ്യം? He himself was fully aware that he hadn't been to Ranchi. He know himself that he had not been to Ranchi, and that was that. The river breeze was bracing, that means stimulating, and yet a slight discomfort lingered in Bipin Babu's mind. Just near to, he just asked that driver to by the side of Ganga, that is Ganga river breeze was bracing, and yet a slight discomfort lingered in Bipin Babu's mind. That lingered means hanging in a slight discomfort, even though he said that he is okay, but some problems is going on in his mind. Around Hastings speed up, then here Bipin Babu decided to roll up his trousers and take a look at his right knee. Then already Perumal Ghosh said that yes, there is a cut upon his right knee. Then he checked, is there or not? It is there or not? There was a mark of an old inch long cut. It was impossible to tell when the injury had occurred. Okay, impossible to tell. He also don't know when it happened. Okay, how it happened, like that. Okay, had he never had a fall as a boy and cut his knee? Then he think about when I was a boy, and he tried to recall such an incident, but he couldn't. Answer. Then Bipin Babu suddenly thought of Dinesh Mukherjee. The man had said Dinesh was in Ranchi at the same time. Okay, Dinesh Mukherjee then he tried to call Dinesh Mukherjee. Okay, the best thing surely would be ask him. He lived quite near in then Berindan Street. What about right now? What will he do now? But then, if he had really never been to Ranchi, what would Dinesh think? Bipin Babu asked for a confirmation. Okay, if Dinesh Mukherjee think that what happened to this Bipin Babu? Okay, but then if he had really never been to Ranchi, what would Dinesh think if Bipin Babu asked for a confirmation? He would probably conclude Bipin Babu was going nuts. Then he may think that, do you have any problem? Like that. No, it would be ridiculous to ask him. And then surely he will tease him. Question ridicule Piracy Kombu, Dinesh Mukherjee will ridicule him. And he knew how ruthless Dinesh's sarcasm could be. How he couldn't think that. How his sarcasm is Dinesh Mukherjee and Piracy എന്നുള്ളത് എനിക്ക് ചിന്തിക്കാൻ പോലും വയ്യ. ബിപിൻ ബാബു ഇനിയിപ്പോൾ ചെന്നിട്ട് ദിനേശ് മുഖർജിനോട് അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് ചോദിക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഓക്കെ, ബിക്കോസ് എന്താ ഓൾറെഡി എന്താണ് അതില്ലാത്തൊരു കാര്യമാണ്, അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് ഇപ്പോൾ ചെന്ന് ചോദിച്ചാൽ അയാൾ എന്ത് പറയുന്നുള്ളത് ആലോചിക്കാനേ വയ്യ. സ്ലിപ്പിംഗ് എ കോൾഡ് ഡ്രിങ്ക് ഇൻ ഈസ് എയർ കണ്ടീഷൻ ലിവിംഗ് റൂം, ബിപിൻ ഫെൽറ്റ് അറ്റ് ഈസ് അഗെയിൻ, ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് നോട്ട് കംഫർട്ട് ഹിം. എയർ കണ്ടീഷൻ റൂമിൽ ഒരു നല്ല കോൾഡ് ഡ്രിങ്ക് കുടിച്ചിട്ടും എന്താണ് അതും അദ്ദേഹത്തെ കംഫർട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ സാധിച്ചില്ല. Such a nuisance. Just because they have nothing else to do, they go about getting into other people's hair. Oh, then after dinner, snuggling in bed with one of the new thrillers, Bipin Babu forgot all about Man in New Market because he was reading thrillers. Okay. Next day in office, Bipin Babu noticed that with every passing hour, the previous day's encounter of the next day again, that thing was occupying more and more of his mind. Again, that encountering him, that tried to overcome him, that words. And if a man knew so much about Bipin Babu, how could he make such a mistake about Ranji trip? അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് എന്നെക്കുറിച്ച് ഇത്രയും അറിയാം, പിന്നെ എങ്ങനെ ഒരു രാജി ട്രിപ്പ് മാത്രം എങ്ങനെ മിസ്റ്റേക്കൺ ആവുക? 235616 Bipin Babu dialed the number. Hello, is that Dinesh? This is Bipin here. Then he just tried to call Dinesh, his friend just near to him, Dinesh Mukherjee. Then, well, what is the news? I just wanted to find out, you recalled an incident which took place in 58? 58-ൽ നടന്നൊരു ഇൻസിഡന്റ് എനിക്ക് ഓർക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്നുണ്ടോ? 58. What incident? Were you Calcutta right through that year? That is the first thing I have got to know. Okay, were you in Calcutta right through that year? അന്നേരം നിങ്ങൾ എന്തുണ്ട് കൽക്കട്ടയിൽ തന്നെ ആയിരുന്നില്ലേ നീ? Oh wait, just a minute. 58. Just let me check in my diary. For a minute there was a silence. Bipin Babu could feel that his heartbeat had gone up and he was sweating a little. He was sweating a little. Okay, hello. Yes, I have got it. I had been out twice. Then what? Once February nearby to Krishnanagar to a nephew's wedding, and then, but you would know about this one. The trip to Ranchi. You were there too. That is all. But what all this sleuthing about? Why you are investigating this now? One time I have done that nephew's wedding, and another thing also. You were there at that time in Ranchi. No, I just wanted to. Anyway, thanks. Okay, I just wanted to know. That's why. Okay, thank you. Bipin Babu slammed the receiver down and gripped his head with his hands, and he fell. Slammed means he put his throw. Just what is the meaning of slammed? He just throw. Okay, with the sound. Throw his receiver down and gripped his head with his hands. He felt his head swimming. A chill seemed to spread over the body. There were sandwiches in his tiffin box, but he didn't eat them. He had lost his appetite. Okay, he lost everything. His appetite also. Appetite means that okay, what happened? Here Dinesh Mukherjee supporting about that branches. Visit. Okay, all of you. Then why did Bipin Babu worry about what Perumal Ghosh had said? Perumal Ghosh told Bipin Babu many intimate details of his life. Right. Okay. Thus it appeared that man knew him very well. But when we talk about the Rajis, which is who was in a dilemma? Yes, here Bipin Babu was in a dilemma. How did he try to decide who was the right, his memory or Perumal Ghosh? How did he try to decide who was? He decided who was right. He thought of writing to friend at Kanpur. Okay. Then we remember that the man had left Kanpur several weeks before. Then he decided to confirm with the Mukherjee. Yaaritta confirm cheyan theerumaanichadu? Dinesh Mukherjee. For Ghosh had said that Mukherjee was also Ranchi those days. Okay. Why did Bipin Babu hesitate to visit Mr. Mukherjee? Because he knows that sarcasm, ridicule him surely. If it is not like that, surely, what happened? Yes, Mukherjee will ridicule him. At first, Bipin Babu hesitated. You want to write like this? At first, Bipin Babu hesitated to ring Mr. Mukherjee. He knew the man was not well disposed towards it. That means he is not a right person to ask. Okay, he was afraid that Mr. Mukherjee would make him object of ridicule for asking about a trip which had never undertaken. All of you right? He was afraid that this sentence only. Okay, all of you are right. He was afraid that Mr. Mukherjee would make him an object of ridicule. He was afraid that Mr. Mukherjee would make him an object of ridicule for asking about a trip. He was afraid that Mr. Mukherjee would make him an object of ridicule, 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 for asking about a trip, which had never undertaken. Then why did he finally desire to phone him? Because he was he was not comfortable in those times. Then at last he decided to call. Okay. Then Bipin Babu was still fairly certain that he had not made a trip. However, when the doubt lingered on, he decided to settle the matter and rang up. Okay. He wanted to settle the matter. Settle. That's why he called Mukherjee. What did Mr. Mukherjee say? Did it comfort Bipin Babu or add to his worries? What? Mr. Mukherjee confirmed that the trip was made. Instead of relaxing him, it increased his tensions. Right? Okay. Listen. Working with the text. Working with the text. Question number 1. The author describes Bipin Babu as a serious and hardworking man. What evidence can you find in the story to support this? Okay, which are the evidence? I'm going to give you. All of you open your notebook firstly and just give the space for question number 1 and answer is here. We are told that on that particular day, speed up. We are told that on that particular day, Bipin Babu could not carry on his work. Bipin Babu could not carry on his work. He returned home early. Full stop. Then the author says that it had happened for the first time. In the 25th years of his service. In that firm, FIRM firm. Full stop. We are told Bipin Babu had the reputation of a tireless conscientious, conscientious, conscientious worker, full stop. All this shows that he was All this shows that he was a serious and hardworking man. He was a serious and hardworking man. Question number 2. Why did Bebin Babu change his mind about meeting Chunilal? Why was the result of this meeting? Write down. Bebin Babu had first refused to meet Chunilal. Bebin Babu had first refused, R-E-F-U-S-E-D, refused to meet Chunilal, C-H-U-N-I-L-A-L, Chunilal, full stop. Then he suddenly felt that Chunilal could perhaps help him. Chunilal could perhaps help him. Full stop. Chunilal had been meeting him off. Chunilal had been meeting him off, off and on, on. Full stop. So he expected that if at all he ever made a trip to Ranchi. If at all he ever made a trip to Ranchi. Chunilal should know it. Chunilal should know it. Full stop. So he hurried down to see Chunilal. Third question. Bebin Babu lost consciousness at Hudro Falls. What do you think was the reason for this? Answer. Hudro Falls was Bebin Babu's last hope. Hudro Falls was Bebin Babu's last hope. He was told that he had slipped and injured. He had slipped and injured his knee there. K-N-E-E, knee there. Full stop. However, there too, T-H-E-R-E, there too, Bebin Babu could not recall his visit. Bebin Babu could not recall, R-E-C-A-L-L, Ormika, recall his visit. Full stop. After all, how could he, comma, when the visit was never made. When the visit was never made. Question mark. But the shock that he had lost his memory. The shock that he had lost his memory must have been too great to bear. Must have been too great to bear. B-E-A-R, bear. Full stop. It must have been this reason. It must have been this reason that he lost consciousness. He lost consciousness at Hudro Falls. At Hudro Falls. Okay, dears, our question number 4. How do you think Bebin Babu reacted when he found out that Chunilal had tricked him? Okay, then you can write your own. Then working with the language. All of you listen. We are going to our working with the language. All of you open textbook and look at your textbook. Working with the language. Look at these two sentences. He had to buy at least 5 books to last him through the week. Bebin had to ask Chuni to leave. Had to is used to show that it was very important or necessary for Bebin Babu to do something. He had no choice. He can also use have to, has to in the same way. Okay, usage of have to, has to, had. Extreme need aanande had to. Okay, listen. Fill in the blanks using had to, have to or has to. First one, I dash to cut my hair every month. Is it extreme? Coming very fastly. Have to. I have to cut my hair every month. We had to go for swimming lessons last year. We had to go for swimming lessons last year. She has to tell the principal the truth. They have to take the baby to the doctor. We had to complain to the police about the noise. Romit had to finish his homework before he could come out to play. I had to repair my cycle yesterday. Then all of you listen. Here are a few idioms that you will find in the story. Look at them and dictionary in the following way. All of you listen. And then idiom. Idiom means all of, I think, beat about the bush. Have you heard about that? Beat about the bush. Then just like that. An idiom is usually listed under first noun, verb, adjective or adverb in it. Ignore articles or preposition in the idiom. Then here are some examples. At or from close quarters. Okay. That's close here adjective. Break into smile. Carry on. Have a clean record. Beat about the bush. Have you seen that? Then what is the meaning? Beat about the bush. Beat about the bush means not to talk. If we want to say something to others, then we are going to beat about the bush. Not to talk in a straight forward way. What is the meaning of beat about the bush? Not to write down. Beat about the bush, not to talk in a straight forward manner. Then break into smile. Smile abruptly. Break into smile. Smile abruptly. 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 Carry on. Continue. Carry on. Continue. Adine idioms inde pratyekatha ennu parayunnathu idioms inde nammal adile when we are checking that idiom, surely we want to know that what is that. It is not straight to meaning. Straight to meaning sometimes എന്താണ് നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞ ആ വേർഡ്സിൻ്റെ ആ നൗൺസിൻ്റെ ഒക്കെ കറക്റ്റ് മീനിങ് അല്ല കിട്ടുക. ഓക്കെ. ദെൻ ഹാവ് എ ക്ലീൻ റെക്കോർഡ്. ഹാവ് എ ക്ലീൻ റെക്കോർഡ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നല്ല വൃത്തിയുള്ള റെക്കോർഡ്. ഇസ് ഇറ്റ്? നോ. എ ഹിസ്റ്ററി വിത്തൗട്ട് എനി മാർക്ക് ഓഫ് ഡിസ്ക്രെഡിറ്റബിൾ കണ്ടക്ട്. റൈറ്റ് ഡൗൺ. എ ഹിസ്റ്ററി വിത്തൗട്ട് എനി മാർക്ക് ഓഫ് discreditable conduct. What is the meaning? എന്താണ്? clean record എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഹിസ്റ്ററി ആണോ വിത്തൗട്ട് എനി മാർക്ക് ഓഫ് ഡിസ്ക്രെഡിറ്റബിൾ കണ്ടക്ട് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ക്യാരക്ടറാണ്. എന്താണ്? ഡിസ്ക്രെഡിറ്റബിൾ ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ക്യാരക്ടർ, ഡിസ്ക്രെഡിറ്റബിൾ ആയിട്ട് ഒന്നും ചെയ്യാത്തൊരു നല്ല ക്യാരക്ടർ. അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ്? ദെൻ ഫ്രം ക്ലോസ് ക്വാർട്ടേഴ്സ്. From nearby. From close quarters means nearby. But word when we hear that word from the close quarters, what it mean? It's just near our quarters or anything? No, it is from nearby. അടുത്ത് നിന്ന് അതാണ് അതിൻ്റെ മീനിങ്. Then study the sentence in the column below and okay, that third one is your homework. Okay, I will give you that fourth one. Third one is a simple one. Okay, fourth one. I will give you fourth one. All of you listen our fourth one. Given below are jumbled sentences. Working in groups, rearrange the words in each sentence to form correct sentence. All of you listen. Stop and tell me beating about what you want the bush. ജംബിൾഡിലാണ് അത് നമ്മൾ ഓർഡർ ആക്കണം. അതൊരു ഇഡിയോ ഉണ്ട് അല്ലേ. സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ബീറ്റിംഗ് അബൌട്ട് ദ ബുഷ്. ആൻസർ സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ബീറ്റിംഗ് അബൌട്ട് ദ ബുഷ് ആൻഡ് ടെൽ മീ വാട്ട് യു വാണ്ട്. ആ ഒരു സെൻറ്റൻസ് ആണ് ജംബിൾഡ് ആയിട്ട് കൊടുത്തേക്കുന്നത് അല്ലേ. ലിസൺ. സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ബീറ്റിംഗ് അബൌട്ട് ദ ബുഷ്, അതാണ് ആൻസർ. സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ബീറ്റിംഗ് അബൌട്ട് ദ ബുഷ് ആൻഡ് ടെൽ മീ വാട്ട് യു വാണ്ട്. ആൻഡ് ടെൽ മീ വാട്ട് യു വാണ്ട്. ഇഡിയം. Idiom, give me what is that? Beating about the bush. Avoid talking about subject directly. Not, അത് നമ്മൾ ഓൾറെഡി എഴുതിയതാണ്. ആ മീനിങ് നിങ്ങൾ ഇങ്ങോട്ട് എടുത്തെഴുതുക. Okay dears. Okay. Then don't pay if you attention you might the wrong train to announcement boards. What it mean? Give me. What is its answer? Okay, I will give you the answer. Listen my dears. Answer, if you don't pay attention to the announcement, write down. If you don't pay attention to the announcement. Attention to എന്നുള്ളതാണ് എന്ത്? Pay attention to എന്നുള്ളതാണ് എന്ത്? Idiom. Okay. If you don't pay attention to the announcement, you might board the wrong train. You might board the wrong train. Idiom, pay attention to, meaning listen carefully. Listen carefully. Then which is the next one? Answer, the villagers tried to pin the crime. Villagers tried to pin the crime onto young woman. Onto young woman. Pin something on someone. That is the idiom. Okay. Pin something to someone is the idiom. Pin something to something on someone. Answer. Idiom in the meaning also you want to write the idiom in the code. Okay. Ascribe the blame. ASCRIBE. Ascribe the blame or guilt, blame or guilt, GUILT, guilt for something on someone, for something on someone. Fourth one. Bebin Babu loved telling people that, speed up, Bebin Babu loved telling people that he was under doctor's orders. He was under doctor's orders to eat early. What is the idiom there? Under orders. Have you see under orders? Underline under orders. What is the meaning of under orders? Under the instructions. Under the instructions. Fifth one. Under the instructions. 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 Then next. The answer raised his eyebrows. Sorry, the teacher. Answer. The teacher raised his eyebrows. Teacher raised his eyebrows when the students said that. When the students said that they had visited all their lessons. When they had visited all their lessons. Next. Then what is the idiom? Raised his eyebrows is the idiom. Meaning showed his resentment. Showed his resentment. 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 That sentence itself, its meaning, right? Okay, dears. Then we have one speaking and writing. Writing, imagine you are Bipin Chowdhury. You have received Chunila's letter and feel ashamed that you did not bother to help the old friend down on his leg. Now you want to do something for him. Write a letter to Chunilal promising to help him soon. എന്തെങ്കിലും ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്യാമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാം? ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്യാമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് ചേഞ്ച് ആയി ഇപ്പോൾ ചുനിലാൽ. അപ്പോൾ എഴുതുന്ന ഒരു ലെറ്റർ എഴുതുക അല്ലേ? ഫ്രമ്മും ടൂവും ഒക്കെ എന്താണ് ലെഫ്റ്റ് അലൈൻഡ് ആയിട്ട് ഫ്രമ്മും ടൂവും എഴുതിയിട്ട് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാം? ചുനിലാലിനെ ആരെഴുതാണ്? ബിപിൻ ചൗധരി എഴുതുന്ന ഒരു ലെറ്റർ. ഓക്കെ, ദാറ്റ് യു വാണ്ട് ടു ഡു ആസ് യുവർ homework. Okay, dears, then we are moving our next chapter. We are moving our next chapter, the last bargain. What is that? The last bargain. What is that last bargain? Bargain is an agreement in which both parties promise to do something for each other. രണ്ടു പേർക്കും ബാലൻസ്ഡ് ആയിട്ട് നിൽക്കുന്ന ഒരു എഗ്രിമെന്റ് അല്ലേ? ബാർഗെയിൻ വില പേശുക എന്നൊക്കെ പറയില്ലേ? ഓക്കെ, ദെൻ ദ പോയം ബൈ രവീന്ദ്രനാഥ ടാഗോർ is a simple poem. Listen carefully. Okay, my dears. Okay, a bargain is an agreement in which both parties promise to do something for each other. Someone is looking for work, okay, waiting to be hired, and he strikes a bargain but thinks it worthless. He tries twice again but doesn't like either. Finally, in the last bargain, when he is hired for nothing whatsoever, he is happy as never before. What is the bargain and why it the best? Here, what is the bargain? A bargain is an agreement in which both parties promise to do something for each other. Then here someone is looking for work. Here have you seen a healthy person? Yes, he is looking for work and waiting to be hired, and he was waiting to be hired. Okay, then he strikes a bargain but thinks it worthless, and he tries twice again but doesn't like either. Finally, in the last bargain, when he is hired for nothing whatever it is, he is happy as ever before. And what is the bargain? Then here, what is that in this poem? Here is obviously one healthy, one strong person waiting for hiring. That means he want to do work for others, but he was waiting for hiring. Okay, then here. ഇപ്പോൾ എന്താണ് ഇവിടെ ഒരു സ്ട്രോങ് ബിൽറ്റ് പേഴ്സൺ ഈസ് ഹിയർ. ദെൻ ഹി വാസ് വെയിറ്റിംഗ് ഫോർ ഹെയർ. അയാൾ ആരെങ്കിലും എന്ത് ചെയ്യണം? ഒന്ന് ഹെയർ ചെയ്യണം. ദെൻ ഷ്യൂർലി ഹി വിൽ വർക്ക് ഫോർ ഹിം. അണ്ടർസ്റ്റുഡ്? നോ നീഡ് മണി he did not want money, but he want a peaceful life, and he want one honor like that. Okay, he want one honor, just like an honor. Okay, then he was an honor. Okay, then all of you understood, all of you? Here one person, a strong built person waiting for hiring, and he want a person to hire him. Got it? Come on, hire me, I cried while in the morning I was walking on the stone paved road. Sword in hand, the king came to his chariot, and he held my hand and said, I will hire you with my power. But his power counted for naught, and he went away in his chariot. In the heat of the midday, the houses stood with shut doors. I wandered along the crooked lane. An old man came out with his bag of gold and pondered and said, I will hire you with my money. He weighed his coins one by one, but I turned away. It was evening. The garden hedge was all aflower. The fair maid came out and said, I will hire you with a smile. Her smile paled and melted into tears, and she went back alone into the dark. The sun glistened on the sand, and the sea waves broke waywardly. A child sat playing with shells. He raised his head and seemed to know me and said, I hire you with nothing. From henceforward that bargain struck, a child's play made me a free man. Okay, what happened? That strong-willed person? Listen. Come and hear me. Who is that person is saying like that? Please come and hear me. And then here, surely what he says, here he will work for him. Okay. I cried while in the morning I was walking on the stone paved road. Sword in hand, one king, by hearing the word, who came first? Yes, our king came first in the chariot. And he held my hand and said, I will hire you. What the king said? Yes, king said that I will hire you with my power, and this power counted for naught. That means power was no consequences. Then here the laborer, this person think that there is no consequences, and he went away in his chariots. Then the laborer, this man said that this man understood that power has nothing. Understood? Power was of no consequences. Counted for naught means, underline, counted for naught, its mean was of no consequences. That's why the king go away. Then here the man who is waiting for hiring, what is that? He understood that there was no consequences for power. That's why the king go away. King endu പറഞ്ഞു, ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ പവർ കൊണ്ട് നിന്നെ ഞാൻ ഹെയർ ചെയ്യാം, നിന്നെ ഞാൻ വാടകയ്ക്ക് എടുക്കാം, ഹെയർ ചെയ്യാം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ what he said, the power was, he was not satisfied. That labor, he was not satisfied. Then what he said that he went away in his chariot. What he said that the power was of no consequences. That's why the laborer just left him, and king moved far away. Then this next, in the heat of the midday, the house stood with shut doors. I wandered along the crooked lane. An old man came out with his bag of gold. Then who is the next person? An old man with a bag of gold. In the heat of midday, that means noon time. Midday no na noon. The house stood with shut doors. I wandered along the crooked lane. That means I wandered. So not wandered, wandered. Wandered means wandering either and thither. Okay. Then here moving without any aim. Then along the crooked lane, that means I am wandering through crooked. Crooked means not straight. Okay. Then here I am in a crooked lane, not in a straight ways. An old man who came there, an old man came out with his bag of money, bag of gold. He pondered, that means he thought and said, that old man said, I will hire you with my money. ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ പണം കൊണ്ട് നിന്നെ ഹെയർ ചെയ്യാം. But he weighed his coins one by one, but I turned away. Okay, he showed his money, his gold, but who turned away? Here, the man is not satisfied, he turned away. Okay, who are the person came there? Which are the person came there? The first one our king, and second one our old man with the gold. It was evening, the garden hedge was all flower. Then morning, noon, evening. Then the garden hedge means here fence. Fence means fence, walls. Fence. Fence was all a flower. A flower means filled with flower. And the fair maid come out and said, I will hear you with a smile. Then a flower, a fair, a white, a very beautiful maid, a girl, okay, beautiful girl came out and said, what she said, okay, surely I will hear you with my smile. And she gave a beautiful smile. And her smile paled, that means it became very grim, paled, it faded. Her smile also faded and into tears. It turned to tears. And what happened? And she went back along into the darkness. She went back along to the darkness. Okay, back along into the darkness. Then here the elaborator said that it was a fake എന്താണ് ഫേക്ക് സ്മൈൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ഡിസ്ഗൈസ് ഹൂസ് ദാറ്റ് ഫെയർ ലേഡീസ് ആ ഫെയർ ലേഡിയുടെ സ്മൈൽ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഒരു ഫേക്കാണ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എന്താണ് ഒരു ഡിസ്ഗൈസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള എന്താണ് ഡിസ്ഗൈസ് സ്മൈൽ ഓക്കെ then back alone into the dark. Then she back alone to the darkness. Then the sun glistened on the sand and the sea waves broke waywardly. That means it's shone lustrously. What is the meaning of glistened here? Means sun glistened on the sand. That means going to night. And the sea waves broke waywardly. A child sat playing with shells. Okay, who is the next person? Child was playing. Her smile. I will explain that thing again for you. Her smile paled. Her smile become paled means it become grim and it become faded away. She smiled to him, but it gone fastly and it melted. It turned to tears and she went back alone into the dark. And she went back alone. She gave a beautiful smile, but he was not satisfied because what is the reason? It faded fastly. അത് പെട്ടെന്ന് തന്നെ മാഞ്ഞു പോയി, അതൊരു കണ്ണുനീരായിട്ട് മാറി. Then അതും ആർക്കും തൃപ്തനായില്ല. Who was not satisfied? Here the laborer was not satisfied. Okay, then what you see? A child sat playing with the shells. He raised his head and seemed to know me and said, I hear you with nothing. Okay, ആ child എന്താ പറഞ്ഞത്? ഞാൻ നിന്നെ hear ചെയ്യാം with nothing. Then first person king പറഞ്ഞു, I will hear you with power. Then who is the next person? Old man with gold. And third, that young lady, beautiful lady with a smile. But nothing happened here. The child with nothing. From henceforward, now onwards, that bargain struck in child's play made me a free man. Bargain struck in the child's play. എന്താണ്? That bargain ended with a deal. Okay, ended with a deal. With which means that made me a free man. He said that the hearing of that boy, small boy, made him a free man. Understand? Adavane endaki swadandranaki. Okay, all of you. Then who is the speaker? Understood the poem well? Okay, I think simple poem. Like king vannu, old man vannu, a beautiful lady vannu, ആരിലും സംതൃപ്തനായില്ല. നമ്മുടെ laborer സംതൃപ്തനായില്ല. Last അയാൾ എന്തിൽ വീണു? That small boy. Okay, who is the speaker in the poem? All of you give me who is the speaker in the poem? A man search of a job is the speaker in the poem. A man search of a job. Okay, then the king sword in hand suggest endana the man search of a job is the speaker of the poem. Then what it shows endana more power and wealth aanu alle, more power and wealth aanu king. Then the old man offered the speaker a lot of money. Why did he turn down the offer? Why? The old man offered the speaker a lot of money. The man didn't need money. Adana reason. The man answer of question 3. The man didn't need money. Full stop. So it was of no consequences to him. So it was of No consequences. consequence. Consequences to him. Therefore, 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 he turned down the old man's offer. He turned down the old man's offer. Actually, in your question, turn down the old man's offer. Find the point lines, match the following, read one after another. Okay, then that's your homework. How did speaker feel after talking the child on the beach? The speaker felt that he would get the fare returned to his labor, for here he expected a good will and cheer and also retain his freedom. He will get freedom. That's why. Okay, that is the answer. Then I will give you the additional questions to the WhatsApp. Okay, then read the question answer of Vipin Chowdhury and last bargain. Study well. Surely, inshallah, we want one test paper of Vipin Chowdhury and last bargain together. Okay, inshallah, we can meet our next class. Study well. Thank you.